Good evening. This is the March 4th, 2026 meeting of the Planning Board. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Before we begin tonight's meeting, we have a zone change petition on tonight for the Lawrence Road properties in Kings Park, and that is going to be adjourned. So it is adjourned, so we're not going to be hearing that at all tonight. So if anybody's here for that, maybe you don't want to stay for the whole meeting for nothing, because it's adjourned. Everything else is on. Thank you.
Good evening, members of the Planning Board. The first item on the agenda is an extension of conditional final approval for number 1181 map of Gemini Landing 2 in Fort Salonga. The applicant requests an extension of conditional final approval for the subdivision number 1181 map of Gemini Landing 2. The subdivision number 1181, map of Gemini Landing 2, received conditional final approval for a two-lot subdivision from the Planning Board on September 2nd, 2020. Conditional final approval expired on February 3rd, 2026. The applicant submitted a request for a 10th extension on January 29th, 2026. The applicant requests additional time in order to file the subdivision map in the office of the county clerk. Planning Department has no objection to the request and recommends an extension period of 180 days. Following resolution, Planning Department offers the following resolution for the board's consideration. Whereas the Planning Board has considered the request of Gordon Stojic to extend the conditional final approval for the subdivision known as number 1181, map of Gemini Landing 2. Now therefore be it first resolved that the Planning Board hereby approves a 180-day extension of time to the conditional final approval for the subdivision known as number 1181, map of Gemini Landing 2, to expire on August 2nd, 2026.
Thank you. Mr. Tramarko?
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Vincent Tramarko. I represent the applicant. I ask the board to accept the recommendation of the Planning Department. Thank you.
Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on this matter? Are there any questions from the board at this time? Okay, hearing none, in the matter of number 1181, map of Gemini Landing 2, I move that we close the hearing.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? The hearing is closed. In the matter of extension of conditional final approval, number 1181, map of Gemini Landing 2, I move that we adopt the resolution as read in accordance with the recommendation of the Planning Department.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? The motion is adopted.
The next item is an extension of a performance bond period for the subdivision number 1170, map of Coffee Estates in Nesconset. The applicant requests an extension of the performance bond period for the subdivision number 1170, map of Coffee Estates. The subdivision number 1170, map of Coffee Estates, received conditional final approval for an 18-lot subdivision with 3 cul-de-sacs and a recharge basin from the Planning Board on October 19th, 2022. The Planning Board approved the performance bond estimate in the amount of $807,331.50. The performance bond period for the performance bond expired on December 28th, 2025. Public improvements for the subdivision are currently under construction, and several items remain to be completed. The applicant has indicated they need additional time to complete the work. The Engineering, Highway, and Traffic Safety Departments have no objection to the request. Planning Department has no objection to the request and recommends an extension period of 2 years. Planning Department offers the following resolution for the board's consideration. Whereas the Planning Board has considered the request of Terra Construction Group to extend the performance bond period for subdivision number 1170, map of Coffee Estates. Now therefore be it first resolved, the Planning Board hereby grants a 2-year extension of time to the performance bond period for the subdivision number 1170, map of Coffee Estates, to expire on December 28th, 2027.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Vincent Tramarko. I represent the applicant. Ask the board to accept the recommendation of the planning department.
You have the affidavit of posting?
I'm sorry?
The affidavit of posting?
Joe, did you hand that affidavit in? We could do an affidavit right now, and I could
Okay.
notarize it.
Okay, I think I have some blank ones.
What's that? You want me to, you want to go to the next?
Yeah, we go to the next one. You
Yeah.
can do it at the end of the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, and then we can come back. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
So the next case is a waiver amendment request for subdivision 344 Perez Radic Industrial Park in Hopog, also known as the property 20 Austin Boulevard. The applicant requests to reduce the 100-foot buffer in the rear yard of 20 Austin Boulevard from 100 feet to 50 feet in order to accommodate an 8,600 square foot building addition and additional parking. This matter was first heard at the December 3rd, 2025 Planning Board meeting. The Planning Department read into the record its memorandum dated December 2nd, 2025, outlining the nature of the request and comments for the board's consideration. Board reserved decision pending review by the Department of Environment and Waterways. The Department of Environment and Waterways has since recommended that the board issue a secret negative declaration and require screening along the western property line to reduce the visual impact of the proposed building extension and expanded parking lot on the adjacent properties. The Department of Environment and Waterways offers the following resolution for the board's consideration. Whereas the Planning Board has considered the seeker recommendation from the Department of Environment and Waterways, now therefore be it first resolved that the Planning Board, after due study and deliberation of the subject record, issue a secret negative declaration, determination of non-significance, and EIS is not necessary. In the matter of amendment request by Jerem Equities Comac LLC for subdivision 344 Perez Radic Industrial Park for the following reasons. A, the proposal does not appear to significantly threaten any unique or highly valuable environmental or cultural resources as identified in or regulated by the Environmental Conservation Law of the State of New York or Smithtown Town Code. B, the parcel does not appear to suffer from any severe development constraints, no high groundwater, no poor soil properties, and no unmanageable slopes. C, the small size and nature of the proposal mitigates against a significant adverse impact upon the environment. D, the proposal appears to be consistent with the existing development patterns in the vicinity of the subject parcel and compatible with neighboring land uses. E, any potential visual impact upon neighboring homes will be mitigated through the required planting of an evergreen screen along the western property line of the subject parcel. The Planning Department offers the following resolution for the board's consideration. Whereas the Planning Board has considered the request of Jerem Equities Comac LLC to reduce the 100-foot buffer in the rear yard to 50 feet in order to accommodate an 8,600 square foot building addition and additional parking, and is found A, a 50-foot wide LIPA right-of-way exists immediately west of the property, with residential properties located beyond the right-of-way. The right-of-way constitutes a separate tax parcel and provides physical separation between the industrial use and residences. B, although the vegetated buffer would be reduced to 50 feet, the additional 50-foot LIPA right-of-way would maintain an effective 100-foot separation between the proposed parking area and the nearest residential properties. C, the Planning Board previously granted a similar buffer reduction for the property located at 10 Austin Boulevard, reducing that's tax lot 800, 180, 133, reducing the buffer to approximately 50 feet, noting the presence of the 50-foot LIPA right-of-way and resulting 100-foot total separation from residential properties. Now therefore be it first resolved that the Planning Board hereby amends the required buffer in the rear yard from 100 feet to 50 feet, subject to the following conditions. 1, the amended buffer is for tax parcel 800, 180, 132. 2, a row of evergreen trees shall be planted and maintained along the western 161.12-foot long property line to reduce the visual impact of the proposed building extension and enlarged parking lot upon adjacent properties. These trees shall consist of at least 2 different species and shall be staggered when planting. 3, approval of this amendment shall not constitute approval or endorsement of the conceptual site plan submitted with the application. Any proposed development of the subject parcel shall be subject to review and approval by the Board of Site Plan Review or site plan exemption if it qualifies. And we have the affidavit of posting.
Affidavit is good. Good job, Vinnie.
Okay. Mr. Tramarko?
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Vincent Tramarko. I represent the applicant. I ask the board to accept the recommendation of the town DEW and the planning department. And that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on this matter? Any questions from the board? Okay, hearing none. In the matter of number 344, Perez Raddick Industrial Park, I move that we close the hearing.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? The hearing is closed. In the matter of recommended secret declaration, 344 Perez Raddick Industrial Park Amendment, I move that we adopt the recommended secret negative declaration.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None? The motion is adopted. And in the matter of waiver amendment request, number 344, Perez Raddick Industrial Park, I move that we adopt the resolution as read in accordance with the recommendation of the Planning Department.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? The motion is adopted.
Thank you.
And then we'll go back to the previous one. And again, is there anyone in the audience who would like to be heard on the matter of Coffee Estates? And no questions from the board, as I asked before? Okay, then. In the matter of number 1170, map of Coffee Estates, I move that we close the hearing.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? The hearing is closed. In the matter of extension of performance bond period, number 1170, map of Coffee Estates, I move that we adopt the resolution as read in accordance with the recommendation of the Planning Department.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? The motion is adopted.
Did you get the affidavit?
No.
We never got the affidavit on board.
Yeah, we need the coffee affidavit.
He's bringing it up.
Yeah.
Did you read it all in there?
The next item is an amendment request for number 1187, map of Bassin Estates. The applicant requests to amend the access to Lot 2 within the subdivision number 1187, map of Bassin Estates. The subdivision map of Bassin Estates received conditional final approval from the planning board for a 2-lot subdivision on August 12th, 2020. The approved subdivision plan showed a shared driveway serving both lots, utilizing the existing curb cut on Lot 1. At the time, the subdivider who owned the existing home on Lot 1 proposed the shared driveway to minimize tree removal and disturbance to the topography along River Road. The applicant is now requesting to modify the approved design by eliminating the shared driveway and instead constructing an individual private driveway for Lot 2 with separate access onto River Road. It appears the applicant is seeking to establish a separate driveway in order to avoid potential concerns commonly associated with shared driveway arrangements, including ongoing maintenance obligations and questions of responsibility between property owners. Although the planning board did not specifically condition the shared driveway layout as part of final plat approval, the proposed relocation of driveway access alters the limits of disturbance and the previously approved tree clearing area within the subdivision. Accordingly, a revised tree preservation and land clearing plan has been submitted and forwarded to the Department of Environment and Waterways for review and comment. The Planning Department has reviewed the request and has no objection. However, given that River Road is classified as a collector road and carries a higher traffic volume than a typical residential street, it is recommended that the proposed driveway be designed to allow vehicles to exit the property without backing onto the roadway. The engineering, highway, and traffic safety departments have also reviewed the request and have no objection. The Department of Environment and Waterways has reviewed the revised tree preservation and land clearing plan and recommends that several of the trees proposed for removal instead be preserved. Attached for the board's review is the memorandum from the Department of Environment and Waterways identifying the specific trees recommended for preservation. Planning Department offers the following resolution for the board's consideration. Whereas the planning board has considered the request of Eric Campen to amend the access to Lot 2 within the subdivision known as number 1187, map of Bassin Estates. Now therefore be it first resolved that the planning board hereby approves the request to amend the access to Lot 2 to allow for the construction of an individual private driveway with separate access onto River Road, subject to the following conditions. 1, a curb cut or road opening permit shall be obtained from the Highway Department. 2, the proposed driveway shall provide adequate area for vehicles to turn around in order to prevent vehicles from reversing onto River Road. This shall be done to the satisfaction of the Planning Department. The applicant shall adhere to the revised tree preservation and land clearing plan prepared by Secafico Land Surveying, PC, dated February 2nd, 2026, except that the following trees shall be preserved. Tree number 3, tree 4, tree 5, and tree 9. And condition 4, all other aspects of the proposal shall remain subject to building permit review. The conditions of subdivision approval and the conditions of LWRP approval.
Good evening, Madam Chairman and members of the board. My name's Eric Campan. I represent the applicant. My request is that the...
Excuse me, Mr.
Yes.
Camden, can you please state your address for the record?
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
My address is 2 Elise Court, Holtzville, New York.
Thank you.
And I request that the board adopts the planning department and other departments' amendment to the waiver.
Do you have the affidavit of posting?
I do.
I thought that this was it. No, you give it to council.
Affidavit is good?
It's good.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard in this matter? Can you please step up to the mic and state your name and address for the record? And please spell your name. That'd be helpful.
It's an easy one. It's S-C-O-T-T, Scott. Okay? Yeah. My name is Lisa Scott. I'm the homeowner of the property.
And your address, please, I'm sorry.
322 River Road,
Thank you.
St. James. I'm a homeowner of the property adjacent on the south side to the property requesting the variance curb cut onto Nissaquag River Road. Just a couple of comments. I never received any written notice of this variance request. I happened to only see the sign a few days ago on the property in question. It's posted uphill, only facing north, and I'm to the south, and it's fallen down too. Number 2, I have owned and lived at 322 River Road for 45 years, and the property home was originally purchased by Nanette Scott in the 1950s. Traffic on Nissaquag River Road has increased dramatically, as already stated, particularly in the past few years. My house is very close to the road, so I'm very aware of the traffic conditions. Cars headed in both directions at significant speed, particularly southbound, as they leave the village of Nissaquag and enter the unpoliced River Road section. There are numerous red-tailed hawks, great horned owls, turkeys, fox, and other wildlife in the trees, brush, and on the road in this area. So I have concerns about the tree cutting, which some of which is already addressed, I know, on the slope that would affect the wildlife. As you probably all know, deer cross River Road several times daily. I see them out my windows constantly, and they do it in the area under question, which also has a curve north and south of it. The curb cut is north and uphill of my driveway on River Road, and debris from that general area in heavy rain frequently blocks my driveway at the road, although there is a drain south of me, but the debris never gets that far. It stops sort of right in front. If I were to egress my driveway to turn north, a vehicle exiting the proposed curb cut turning south would not see my vehicle, and the reaction time would be too short to avoid a collision due to limited road visibility heading south. And again, I've been witness to many collisions on that stretch of the road. That ends my comments.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to be heard on this matter? Okay, then.
I could just address one of the tree clearing
Thank you.
aspect. I do believe that there are trees that were originally going to be removed for the shared driveway that are now being preserved. So there is kind of like a balance there. I don't know what the net is exactly, but yeah, they're cutting down trees over here, but they are now keeping trees over here that were normally to be removed. If I'm explaining that. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Correct.
Thank you. Okay, any questions from the board regarding this? Okay, then, in the matter of number 1187, map of Bassin Estates, I move that we close the hearing.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? The hearing is closed. And in the matter of amendment request number 1187, map of Bassin Estates, I move that we adopt the resolution as read in accordance with the recommendation of the Planning Department.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None? Adopted.
Am I allowed to speak to the concerns of the resident, or that's it? I just want to belay her concerns
Yes,
that,
you
we'll
that
do.
would- Yes,
you
that
know,
would be good. Yes.
Just to belay your concerns, ma'am, I just want to let you know, it's a very experienced builder that's going to be coming there. We necessarily didn't want to ask for the extra driveway, but it's just, when they originally asked, it was one family that was going to build the other home that they got the subdivision for, and now it's just two separate entire families that own the land. So to share a driveway for a new home to be constructed there would just be untenable and unreally buildable. But I promise you that everything will be preserved, and all the tenants of the construction will happen with care and concern to the wildlife. We know we're in a DEC area, so that will be utmost concern. Thank you, board.
Okay.
The next item is a waiver request for subdivision number 1190, map of Vonnie Estates. The memo should be all the way in the back of the packet. The applicant requests to waive the installation of curbing along Lincoln Avenue within the subdivision number 1190, map of Vonnie Estates. Thank you. In front of Lot 1. The subdivision number 1190, map of Vonnie Estates, received conditional final approval for a two-lot subdivision from the planning board on May 12th, 2021. As part of that approval, the board required that curbing be installed along Lincoln Avenue in front of Lot 1. That was condition G. And the required curbing was added to the performance bond. The applicant has indicated on their waiver application that the installation of curbing does not offer any advantages or significant improvements to the area. Existing conditions in the vicinity of the subject property indicate that there are no curbs to the east or south of the lot along Lincoln Avenue. Planning, engineering, highway, and traffic safety departments have reviewed the request and have no objection. The planning department offers the following resolution for the board's consideration. Whereas the planning board has considered the request of Desiree Federico to waive the installation of curbing along Lincoln Avenue within the subdivision number 1190, map of Vonnie Estates. Now therefore be it first resolved that the planning board hereby waives condition G of final approval and the installation of curbing along Lincoln Avenue within the subdivision number 1190, map of Vonnie Estates. And we have the affidavit of posting.
Affidavit's good.
Okay, good. And you want to state your name and address for the record,
Hi,
please?
Madam Chairman, members of the board, my name is Vincent Federico, 10 Maria Court in Smithtown. My wife Desiree Federico, same address. And pretty much looking for the waiver of the installation of the curb
Okay,
as recommended.
okay. Is there anyone in the audience who wishes to be heard on this matter? Are there any questions from the board on this matter?
No?
Okay, then, hearing none, in the matter of number 1190, map of Vanny Estates, I move that we close the hearing.
I second.
All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None, the hearing is closed. In the matter of waiver request number 1190, map of Vanny Estates, I move that we adopt the resolution as read in accordance with the recommendation of the Planning Department.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None, the motion is adopted.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just the minutes. Yeah.
No, we're
They,
good.
I think
Okay,
their
then,
letter says to be
I'm-
determined.
I'm sure we're good. All right, I move that we adopt the minutes of the December 3rd, 2025 meeting of the Planning Board.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None, the minutes are adopted, and now I move to adjourn this meeting.
I second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned.